Hello, 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 and hello.
Hello, and welcome to
Love in rare form. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome. So today we are going to be talking about secure love and overcoming jealousy and standing strong together. So not every, first of all, my name is Dr. Lakeisha Elder.
And I am Charles Elder.
Yes, and welcome, like we said. Not every attack on your marriage is about you. Sometimes it's about what your love reflects in others. So we're going to talk about that, of how jealousy and insecurity can come into the marriage and can be sometimes a hindrance. So we definitely want you to chime in. As always, we love the feedback. We love to engage with our community. So please do so.
And one thing is when insecurity meets security, it can show up as jealousy, comparison, or even quiet competition.
Yes. And jealousy isn't always loud.
No, it's quiet, very quiet.
Sometimes it's quiet and it's subtle.
Mm-hmm.
It's subtle, and it can show up as, like you said, comparison, distance, because jealousy brings distance in a marriage.
Yes.
And we don't always want to be jealous of each other, because the whole point of God bringing two people in one union is so that we can build lives together.
Absolutely.
And help each other build, and not be insecure of each other's accomplishment or jealous of each other's accomplishment. So that's what we want to talk about today.
Absolutely. So understanding jealousy and insecurity.
Yes.
And insecurity often has nothing to do with your spouse. It's internal. It's about identity, past wounds, and self-worth. So it's really about you, how you're reflecting your insecurity onto your spouse. So you have to look internally to see and address those past wounds and your self-worth. What is your self-worth?
What is your self-worth? And James 3:16 says, "For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice." And that's what we don't want, especially in a marriage. You don't want disorder in a marriage. You don't want evil practices in a marriage.
Right.
So, be sure to join us. Hey, Mom, be sure to join us. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube.
Yes.
And also, don't forget to go onto our website, because that's where we have our podcast also listed. So go on to loveandrareform.com.
Absolutely.
I just want to put that plug in there.
Yeah, that's a good plug, though. We need that plug in there. But jealousy, it creates chaos internally and relationally. But internally, within your marriage, it can cause chaos, because then you get into that competitive. You can be competitive with your spouse, or
That's true.
My spouse makes more than me, or my spouse looks better than me, and then you start getting into those competitions to try to see who looks better, who makes more money, and that causes discord and distance in a marriage.
That does. And then is also too is who's accomplished more than what the other one has accomplished.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes, there's a saying that says opposites attract. There's a reason why opposites attract, because one, opposites can come together and make each other stronger.
Absolutely. And there's a quote out there that I like, that I wrote. It says, "Comparison is the thief of joy, and insecurity is its accomplice." Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
So it steals your joy, instead of you celebrating each other in your successes in your marriage, and you know, the hurdles and obstacles that you had to overcome and the mountains you had to climb
Together.
to get together.
Mhm.
And it makes insecurity the accomplice of destruction in a relationship. Back again to that chaos.
Right. And confidence in marriage starts with identity.
Yes.
If you don't know who you are, you'll constantly question who you are to your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who you are and you're going through an identity crisis, then you may not know who you are to your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And are you confident in who you are? Because if you're confident in who you are, then the marriage works a whole lot better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you're securing yourself, you don't compete. You collaborate. You do not compete. You collaborate. You work together
And build.
You build that foundation. You stand on that rock, so that no storm can come and move you.
That's right. And Psalms 139:14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So you don't need validation from others when you're rooted in who God says you are. And that's the most important thing, is when you know who God says you are, and then when you know who you are, then it's easy to collaborate, and it's easy to not only collaborate, but celebrate other people, encourage other people, empower other people, lift other people, because you don't have to compete. And you already know that, listen, I'm confident in who I am, so I don't have to compete with someone else, not even, and I don't have to compete with my spouse. My husband has a whole life outside of this marriage, with his friends, with his work, with the military and things that he does in that arena. And I have my thing.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, you have women lift, and you have elder and associates that you run. So, and even at that, my wife has the business that she runs, our personal business, and she has Women Lift, her nonprofit, and I can't get jealous of that. I have to celebrate her and help her through that. So within our marriage, we pretty much do this with each other. But I know there's probably some that, now in the beginning, we were a little competitive because we both were in college. Was always saying who got the better grades.
Who got the better grades?
I got a 4.0, I got a 3.8. So we were competitive, but that was done out of fun.
Yes.
But moving forward, we knew in the end run that it was for the success for the marriage.
Exactly.
In the financial aspect of it.
Right.
So
let's talk about some practical keys that we can give couples.
Mm-hmm.
So affirm yourself daily, not just your spouse, but sometimes you can affirm yourself. Speak the word to yourself. Speak the word back to yourself, and that is affirmation as well. I am, like the word says, I just read, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Guess what? That's affirmation. You're speaking the word, knowing who you are. This is who God said that I am.
Wonderfully made. You're wonderfully made, baby.
Thank you. So are you.
Thank you.
Stop comparing your marriage to highlight reels. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah,
how we see on social media different marriages, and they're like, you see the reels and you think, oh my gosh, they have such a fun marriage, or they have such a great marriage. Don't compare your marriage to highlight reels of other people's marriages, because you never know the roads that they've had to work down. You never know the shoes that they have to walk in their marriage.
That's right.
I look at my those around me. My parents have been married for 45 years, and a wonderful thing. And I can't compare my marriage to their marriage, but one of the things I do compare is that through the ups and downs, through the ins and outs and all of that, guess what? They're still here. They're still together. They're still one union. And that's one of the things that I honor and I love, because I have a wonderful example, of what marriage and what sustainable marriage and what a godly marriage looks like.
Absolutely. So you should also celebrate your uniqueness as a couple.
Yes.
How unique you are. How your marriage differs from somebody else's is like a fingerprint. Your marriage is separate. It's well designed to fit you and your spouse.
That's true.
And then you heal from past wounds that feed insecurity.
Now let's dive into that, because some marriages can have past wounds as far as past hurts, past distrust.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the wounds that'll keep a marriage in a state of being
Yes.
insecure.
Yes.
And and if you don't deal with the wounds, and that's the biggest thing when you have insecurities in a marriage, deal with those insecurities and don't let them linger to where those past wounds hurt the marriage. Especially if you've been in a marriage long term and you got skin in the game and you're looking at, you know what, I can't get past this. You can, with God, you can get past anything. This is why he is that 3-strand cord.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So a couple's affirmation, you are enough, we are enough, our love is enough, we are building something intentional and God-centered.
Yes.
Building something intentional and God-centered.
And then do you know that you're enough? Some people may not know that they're enough. Some couples may not know that, you know what, as long as we have each other, we're enough.
That's right.
I'm enough. I know that you're enough. We're enough. We don't need anything more. We thank God for everything that we have. We thank God for everything that we built together. And we thank God that he is still in the midst and in the center of our marriage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's address jealousy in a healthy way, though.
Yes.
Because jealousy can be, I'm not going to say it can be healthy, but let's look at it in a healthy way.
Yes.
So jealousy becomes dangerous when it goes unspoken.
That's
So
true.
if it starts to come up, if you start feeling jealous with your spouse, go to your spouse and talk to them about it. Say, I was a little envy about you about doing this, and I felt a little, left behind. And that's a lot of brokenness in some marriages because they feel left behind.
They feel left behind. Sometimes it can be financially, well, you make more than me, and sometimes that can be in where the spouse feels like, he or the husband feels like he should be the breadwinner. Maybe sometimes the wife is the breadwinner and the husband is the stay-at-home dad. And that's okay. As long as it works for your marriage, don't let that, don't let jealousy be unspoken, even in that. Sometimes it could be, well, I think you're more spiritual than I am. Or you connect with people. My husband, he is a people person. He will connect with someone a lot quicker than I will. I'm going to take my time. But he's a people person. The grandkids, the nieces, the nephews, they all absolutely, when they come through the door, they'll go to my husband first because he's just that person. And I'm not jealous of that. Sometimes I tease them about it. I'll be like, what kind of mess? But they love us just the same. Our families love us just the same. Our grandbabies, they love us just the same. But I love the fact that they love Paw and he gets into their world and plays with them. So that's not something that I'm jealous of, but I tease them about it sometimes. Be like, how they gonna go right past me and go to you? And they do. But listen, that's family. Hey fam, hi Davey. And that's a good thing. So we don't ever want to stop that. And you can't you can't heal what you hide. You have to bring it into the light. When you're trying to hide that you're jealous of your spouse or jealous of something about your spouse, then that you're not healing from that.
No, not at all.
So why hide it? There's nothing that spouses should be hiding from each other, especially if it's something that is the other spouse is jealous of each other, or if there's something that needs to be healed, or if there's an insecurity there.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. And the scripture is 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient.
Yes, it is.
Love is kind.
Yes, it is.
And it does not envy.
It does not
envy. No, at all. Not at all.
So I don't envy what you have, what you've accomplished, what you do, how you run our home. I don't envy that. I don't never tell my husband, well, why come you can't be like this husband? Or why come you can't be like this person that I see? Our home is our home. And guess what? My husband does an absolute amazing job running our home.
And you do an amazing job running it too.
Why you make that face?
keeps everybody on task, y'all. It keeps everybody on task.
Keep things in line, crack a whip, huh?
Mhm. And real love doesn't compete. So and we talked about that just a moment ago. You don't compete. It covers, it communicates, and it corrects. So
It does.
you know, love, you have to be able to. One key thing that when we first started talking on our launch on our podcast is communication, and
Yes.
and that is such a vital part of the toolbox in marriage. You have to be able to communicate, even in this situation with jealousy. You know, you have to understand that love is patient and love is kind, and you have to communicate that when you are still having conversations about,
That's true.
Different discomforts. I'll say it that way: discomforts and corrections. So, when you have these things, you just have to remember that love is patient.
Yes.
Love is kind, and it does not envy. So that way, to help you through your jealousy, if you have any. And Dave, so there was some jealousy going on because somebody lost. Because somebody lost in spades the other night. So, Mom, I won.
We're gonna talk about this spades part.
Oh Lordy.
Because we're not even gonna go down these roads.
Mm-hmm.
He did win finally. I'm gonna say finally. But also too, one of the things you said that real love doesn't compete, but one of the words you said is correct. It corrects. Because sometimes when spouses if there's a disagreement, or if something is done or said out of order, some spouses feel like, well, don't correct me. And then that can destroy a marriage when the other spouse feels like they can't be corrected by the other one.
Mm-hmm. They've said something. Go ahead, I'm listening.
That's why you don't have no. He's talking about your hair. And that's the part that is can be crucial too, is when you can't correct your spouse.
And one thing too is jealousy speaks fear.
It does.
It speaks fear but love responds with truth.
It does.
So, again, love in patience, love is kind,
yes,
and love is truth.
Yes.
Jealousy is fear.
And
true. It causes chaos.
And some of the healthy ways to address jealousy is you got to have honest, non-accusatory conversations.
Absolutely.
Can you have non-accusatory? This is what you did, and this is what, and it's that you, as opposed to I feel like. Sometimes the conversation started out with you, and when you start conversation out with this is what you did, as opposed to I feel, or I have taken your response in this way, or this is how I've internalized it, then it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want to be accusatory. Identify triggers, and believe you me, by now, if you're in a marriage, you should know your spouse's triggers, depending on how long you've been married. I know my husband's triggers. He knows my triggers. And we try as hard as we can not to trigger each other.
Yeah, we do. We work. We're still a work in progress on that. So,
work in progress.
So
don't trigger me.
Yeah, don't upset me. Don't get me started.
Right.
When you hear stuff like that, don't get me started. And I said, and you know what it was, and you know how it is. Those are the things that you don't want to start, and in the crucial conversation when you're dealing with jealousy.
That's true. And Davey said equal balance is essential, and it really is.
Yes.
That is so true. You have to balance each other out. Everything, the same thing that he does, he allows for me to do, I allow for him to do. And let's not forget, our husbands are the head of the household. There are some things and some decisions that he make. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and I have a hard time, getting on board with, but until he say move, we don't move. And so that's the love. That's the secure part.
That's like when you wanted that washing machine.
Which washing machine?
A while ago, before we got the one we got, she wanted a washing machine that could walk and talk and do everything. And the man was hyping her all up, but I knew which one we was getting.
I could have had that washing machine.
No, you couldn't have got that one, because when it came to it, I said, there's the one she need right there. And that's the one she got.
He won't let me be great.
Oh, here we go. That's her famous quote, ladies and gentlemen. He won't let me be great. She even teaches the grandbabies that. Papa won't let me be great. He won't let me do this.
And we have to replace assumptions with truth and invite God into your emotions before reacting. Woo! Now that's a huge one, because our nature causes us to react first.
Yeah.
And then we go back and apologize and say, okay, God, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But if we invite God into our emotions first before we react.
Yeah, but when you get hyped up, when a person gets hyped up and they're moving and grooving in the argument, they don't want to think like that. They want to just keep trying to win the argument, because then it's a competition to win.
And then over talking, no, that's what I said. That's not what I said. Blah, blah, blah. And then the head starts to move in. You heard what I said. No,
all I say is check your tone and your tude. You better check your tone and tude.
That's his two favorite words. Check your tone and your tude.
So that means check your tone and your voice and check your attitude.
This is what he tells me. He's very simplistic. He don't do the shaking of the head, none of that. He just says that phrase. That's his favorite phrase.
I'm gonna get me a T-shirt.
Check your tone and your tude. Okay, so let's talk about not everyone claps for your healthy marriage, and we say that because handling attacks from other couples, because sometimes other couples don't want to see you happy either, right?
Because other couples don't understand peace. Some don't understand peace in your marriage because
that's true.
They've only experienced chaos in theirs.
Oh my gosh, that's true.
And
they don't want to see you happy.
Yeah, and they don't want to see you happy. And so, in that sense, they attack your marriage discreetly. And even though it's a marriage and you got married couples, when married couples complain to each other constantly, one married couple is complaining to the other married couple constantly, that can filter in and bleed into the people that have the peace.
Yes.
But the people that have the peace would then need to just also strengthen themselves in the word and pray for those that are in chaos and present their resolution and present it to God and teach them what love is, patient, and love is kind. And love is true.
Love is true. And instead of asking how you built it, they criticize it. How did you build that? Should have been a better question. Instead of, so that's how y'all operate? I'm just saying, everybody don't want to see you happy. And they judge their relationship based off of your relationship.
Right. And again, it could be that they may be crying out for help or crying out to have someone mentor them or be with them.
Exactly. That makes sense. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So Proverbs 14:30 says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Don't have your bones rotten.
You got to be all at once. All one. The body and the bones got to work together.
Body and the bones, but you got to have peace.
That's right. A dog bring a bone and take a bone. You can't live like that.
That's true.
You can't live like that.
That is true. Deborah says real love. Yes, and when you have
Hi, Deborah.
When you talk about real love, you want peace. Love. Listen, I always tell everybody, and I tell a lot of the couples that we mentor, is that love isn't hard.
It's not.
Love is not hard. And if you're not willing to give, even if it starts with a small fraction of yourself, of your will, and it's two people giving up their will for a common goal. It's not always my way. It's not always my husband's way. And sometimes, when we have those crucial conversations behind closed doors, we're trying to, say, okay, what does the compromise look like? Yeah,
absolutely.
So how jealousy shows up from others, because you got to be careful of how jealousy shows up when people are jealous of your relationship. And that's passive aggressive comments, That could be downplaying your relationship.
Mm-hmm. You get on my nerves. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. You want to go get some ice cream?
Another way that jealousy shows up from others. I must need you to focus, man.
I'm just saying that's passive aggressive right there.
I
You
need you to
when you attack
focus.
somebody and then you flip the script and all of a sudden you super duper nice. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's true. Creating division or planting seeds of doubt.
Mm.
Yes. Because other people will create division between married couples. Like, oh,
They try.
you gonna take that from her? You gonna take that from him? Don't let him talk to you like that. Come on now.
And it's not even their business.
It's not right.
I'm being ebonic. It ain't even their business.
Ebonics.
It's not their business to interfere with that person's marriage.
And comparing their relationship to yours.
That is the downfall, I think. And that is the downfall of relationships between married couples as friends. And I also think that is the beginning and the downfall. No, it's not the downfall. It's the beginning and the start of envy in a relationship.
That's true. And so not everyone claps. And that's what we want you to understand. Not everyone claps. Not everyone claps for your healthy marriage. Mm-hmm. Some people criticize what they haven't healed from. Remember that.
Yes. I want to go back to that though. Relationship, comparing their relationship to yours.
Okay.
And what I want to touch on that, not just in the relationship as far as in marriages, but that can even be in at work, at your job. Oh, you see how the boss treats him or treats her better, or you see how the supervisor does with him better than or with her better. That's that envy that starts again.
That's true.
Instead of elevating themselves and internally looking.
Yes.
You know, but then that comes home because remember we're at work 8 to 12 hours a day.
True.
Then when you come home, you bring all that aggravation home. Yeah, that same spirit home.
Yeah.
And then you pull it into your relationship with your spouse.
Yes. And it is a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and if you're not careful, you'll start shrinking your love to make others comfortable. And you don't want to do that.
Not at all.
You don't want to shrink your love to make other people around you comfortable.
No.
Because if you're confident in your love and your love story, and that's what it is. It's every couple has their own love story. And so if you're confident in your love story, don't shrink to make other people comfortable just because they don't have peace in theirs and there's chaos in theirs. Continue to shine. Don't dim your light. Protect your love.
And I like that. Don't dim your light. That says a lot within itself because we're supposed to be a light for the kingdom. Yes. And we can't be a light if we're not being a light first in our own home with our spouses.
That is
we have to be a light. You have to be that light. You have to show that love. You can't, you used to see them clips where the couples be going to church and they be fighting in the car, yanking wigs and smacking glasses off people's face. Then they get there at the church, they loving on each other. Yeah, they all love.
Were you saying that on TikTok?
Yeah, on the TikTok. I saw it on the TikTok. I was crying. But that was that's their functional relationship, I guess. But it shows that the love was there, but you behind closed doors, was it really love? But that could be their love language.
It's really love, but it wouldn't say it's code switching, but they switch it on and off.
Yeah.
Like
oh, praise the Lord.
Oh, praise the Lord. How you doing?
I Deacon Griffin, we was good coming in. I just bumped my head a little bit.
Right. And Deborah says a threefold cord is not easily broken.
That's
Jesus,
right.
husband, and then wife. In that order. Yes. Protect your love and your cord no matter what happens. So true.
Yes.
Because without God, God holds everything.
Yes.
Together.
Absolutely.
He holds everything together. So we want to look at some jealousy checks, right?
Ooh, jealousy checks. Go ahead and start us off on
jealousy doesn't always look like hate. Sometimes it looks like comparison. And we talked about that.
And comparison will have you questioning something God already blessed. Boom.
We both like about that one. Because God blesses marriage.
Yes.
God
So why
blesses
question
union.
it?
God blesses oneness. And just like he wants us to be one with him, he wants us to be one with each other. God blesses oneness. He blesses unity.
Yes, absolutely.
So we never want to discourage that. And that's what couple unity is. When people attack your marriage, you don't turn on each other, you turn towards
Each other.
each other.
That's right. You don't turn on each other.
You turn towards each other. Right. And stay together. Stay united. Listen,
Absolutely.
my husband and I, we always tell each other, we are a united front.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly we have to be more united against the kids because they be trying to get over on us. and we have to go in the room and regroup, be like, okay, so this is the kids is going to do this, and this is going to be our stance, this is going to be our answer. Because they will get you, they will try to turn you against each other, especially them young ones who try to play mom and dad, and mom done already said no, they go to dad, or dad done said no and they go to mom or stuff. I'm trying to tell you, you better watch them kids.
It ain't even the kids, because our kids are
grandbabies
grown.
will
I
get
can
you
tell
too.
no, that's who gets me. I remember one time one was crying and I didn't even whoop her. I just raised my voice a little bit and she went upstairs crying and boo-hooing. Papa yelled at me.
Papa yelled at me.
Papa. I'm like, what in the world?
You shouldn't have yelled though. They're used to you being playful, Papa, not stern, Papa.
Yeah, I know.
So confidence in marriage. If you're insecure in yourself, you're constantly question your relationship. We talked about that. But when you know who you are, you stop competing and start building.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, building relationships. So let's talk about how to handle it, because we want to give some key teaching moments. This is our key teaching moments. What affects one affects both. So we want to always stand together.
Always got to stand together.
We always want to stand together. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says a cord of three strands is not,
there it is, Miss Deborah,
is not quickly broken. So that their insecurity, don't internalize external brokenness.
That's right.
Let me say this again. Don't internalize between you and your spouse external brokenness. Because if there are external people and couples that are broken, don't internalize that.
And
don't let them put that on you.
And their insecurity is not your assignment to fix them or fix it. I'm going to say that one more time. Their insecurity is not your assignment to fix. Okay? So set boundaries without guilt.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Everyone doesn't deserve a front row access to your marriage. Again, everyone does not deserve front row access to your marriage. We talked about that. Did we talk about that at another segment too?
Yeah, that was another segment, because we have to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries without being, having guilt or feeling, that you upset somebody.
That's true.
Because your marriage is your first protection.
That is.
Your marriage is your first protection. And my spouse is my first protection. Like if somebody comes through this door at night, they get the wake-up call.
We are not even going to talk about what the wake-up call is. But we also want to respond with grace and not defense. You don't have to prove your love. Just live it.
I said right there. If you're living your love, if you're living a godly marriage, and no one's saying that every marriage is perfect. We're not saying that. But if you are illuminating yourself as a disciple of Christ, and it will reflect in your marriage. It will show, and people outside of you will see it. Oh, they're a beautiful couple. They do stuff together all the time. They're always happy. They're always joyful. And people say, well, then you get your naysayers. Well, we don't know if they're always happy. Well, look at them. If your love is true, then what you show is true.
Oh my gosh, yes. And it's pure. And if your love is pure, it shows in everything that you do. When you're flourishing in your marriage, everything flourishes around you. That's true. And protect your peace. Not every comment deserves a response.
Yeah, that's right there. You don't have to respond Even in your marriage, you don't have to respond to every comment or every gesture, especially outside of your marriage. If something's going on and someone says something, you don't have to respond to it. Just walk away.
Not at all.
Because it's not for you to fix.
It is not. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are attacking your marriage, it may be because your marriage reflects something they haven't healed from.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pull these up.
It may be something they have not healed from.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So be mindful of that. And instead of shrinking your light, like we said, shine with wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's
Oh Lord, what did Brent say? Hey Brent.
Hello, Brent.
What the devil thought you
Let
should
me
respond?
explain something. Let me explain. I've got to pause because again, not every hater is gonna love you in your marriage. Let's welcome our friend Brent.
Yes, my brother Brent.
We have a love-hate relationship.
Yes, they do.
And when I tell you,
What's up?
when I tell you, people who, when we talked about having, everyone doesn't deserve a front row access to your marriage, Brent is one that has a front row access to our marriage because he has been there through the craziness.
Mm-hmm. On the couch, in the
On
chair.
the couch, in the chair, the ups and downs and the ugly. Hey, Brent.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So,
he has.
yes,
We
yes,
love him.
yes.
We love him.
So healthy love will always expose unhealthy patterns in others.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it will.
You want to talk about that?
No, you go ahead.
No, you. It does. Unhealthy love will always expose unhealthy patterns in others.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, y'all? Love you, Brent. Okay, so let's move on to, let's give them some practical tools.
All right, I'll do practical.
You want to do practical
I like
tools?
practical tools. I'm going to do the practical tool with y'all.
You-
So one practical tool for your toolbox for this session
Toolbox, yes.
is weekly check-ins with your spouse. So do weekly check-ins with your spouse, you know.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you doing today?
How was your week? How are things going? How are you really feeling? Because, sometimes we can come in through the day and think we're okay, but
Mhm.
we can see it on each other's face, like, you are not okay.
Yeah, if you know your spouse and you'll know when something's wrong. And that's when you do the check-in. Hey, are you okay? And even if there's nothing wrong, when I come through the door, I always ask everybody, hey, is everybody all right? You good? I check in with everybody, make sure everybody's good. Then I do my little wind down. My wife gives me my space. I sit in here on my couch where we're at right now, and I just relax for a minute. Just my Zen room.
Yes.
And, and she gives me that space.
Yes.
So also speak life over each other daily.
You do that well. I love that you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you have a bad day, you'll come and you'll dust it off and you don't dwell in it. You don't bring it home like, well, sometimes when you're working from home, but you leave it in the room and then you'll come out and still, just dust it off and you sing and make the day and the atmosphere lighter.
Mm-hmm. But we also, and I try to do that. And I speak life over her, my, everybody in the house, but especially over my wife. I don't downgrade her. Oh, you look terrible, or what you got on's ugly. I don't do her like that. That's not speaking life. You look good. You look beautiful today, baby.
Thank you, kindly.
I tell her that all the time.
All the time.
And and I'm proud of what you've done. With her running our business and doing other things, I always tell her, I'm very proud of her. For what she's done. Give her praises. Give your roses, your flowers, your chicky-doos, and hugs and kisses to your spouse on a daily basis. Acknowledge who they are. Speak life over them. Tell them that God graciously gave them to you, and you will take care of them.
That's true.
Okay? So that's one. And here's another tool. Create a no outside voices zone when needed. So that means when someone's talking negative to you or around you and you don't want to hear, your spouse doesn't want to hear, hey, move. You don't have to stay there here, and you don't have to stay there to entertain nobody. What did Brent say? You don't have to stay there to entertain nobody.
That Brent is just, if you did her like that, you would have a black eye. He would never have a black eye.
Remember when I had one? But that was from
Y'all
afar.
are too funny to me.
And then the last one. This is very important.
Very important.
And I want you to put this in your toolbox, Brent. Since you on here, and I love you. Pray together. Consistently. Even if it's just the Lord's Prayer, y'all need to pray together. People out there in the world need to, especially right now, need to pray together. God, thank you for my wife.
Especially with what Marsha does, cover her in prayer. And we're not saying that you don't, but pray over her. And Lord, bless my wife as she's going out, because she's saving lives on a daily basis. We thank God for Marsha. Yes,
we do. We do.
And when you're praying together, as Isaiah 54:17 says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And that includes words, opinions, and
jealousy. You know, people will be jealous of you.
Mm-hmm.
Your success can hurt your relationships, and it can cause jealousy. Mm-hmm. But again, I just want to recap just real quick, you know, on the pray together constantly. That is so important. I pray for my wife before I go to bed, and I pray for her when I wake up. Pray together. Pray over your spouse. Pray even when you're in the car. If you just say a quick prayer, watch over my wife as she goes to work today, God. Watch over my husband as he's out there working today, God. As they're traveling on the road. Those simple little prayers do not go unheard.
That's true.
Say it from your heart with love.
Love you too. Right. And so now,
love you, Brent.
We've got a couple minutes, and we want to talk about our Rare Moments letter.
Brent, you're missing this, the Rare Moments letter.
Our Rare Moments letter. So we have if you go on our website, you'll see on our Patreon that we have, you know, a specific group. You can join our Love in Rare Form privacy groups. So go on there, check our website. You can go on loveinrareform.com. You can email us if you want to send in a letter at admin@loveinrareform.com.
Mm-hmm.
So join us, and you go on our Facebook page. You can go on our YouTube channel and watch us, and our Instagram. So our Rare Moments letter is called "They Smile in Our Face, but Talk Behind Our Marriage." You want me to read it? You're gonna read it this time?
No, you read this time. I read last time.
Dear Love in Rare Form, my husband and I have been married for 6 years, and by God's grace, we've built a strong, healthy relationship. We communicate well, we pray together, and we genuinely enjoy each other. But lately, things have felt different with some of the couples around us. At first, it was small comments. You act like everything is perfect. Must be nice. Then it turned into subtle jokes, side comments, and even situations where it feels like people are trying to create division between us. There have been moments where I've left conversations feeling drained instead of encouraged. And honestly, it's starting to make me second guess sharing anything about our marriage. My husband says we should just distance ourselves, but I don't want to feel like we're isolating ourselves either. How do you handle jealousy from others without becoming guarded or disconnected? And how do you protect what we've built without becoming bitter? Sincerely, trying to stay secure. So
I'm going to address the second one. How do we, I want to address this one. How do we protect what we built without becoming bitter? You don't have to become bitter. Once again, we just talked about, you can't fix outside of your marriage.
True.
You have to stay focused on your spouse. And let the naysayers, or let those that are making comments, let them make their comments. Let them throw their daggers. But you stay strong in the word, and you stay strong and support your spouse. And if the conversation becomes too intense, you always have that option to remove yourself from the situation or from the environment. Hey, we got to go. We got to go home. We got some things we got to do. Remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to stay there and take any attacks. No attacks whatsoever. So you don't have to fix something outside of your marriage that is attacking your marriage, because your marriage is already rooted and strong. You stated back in, let me go back to the paragraph right here. My husband and I have been married 6 years, and we built a strong, healthy relationship. Right there. That's all you need.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Stay
That
strong.
first sentence state answers that second question.
Yep. Stay strong and don't become bitter. Become better.
That's it.
Become better. And how do we handle jealousy from others without becoming guarded or disconnected? Sometimes disconnection is a good thing. Because sometimes you have to handle other couples and love them from a distance and be very far and few between. The more and more that you love on each other, guess what? Other couples who appreciate your union and appreciate being around you, they will want to be around you more. And like-minded people and like-minded couples will start to come around you and come and flock around you. So don't be stressed about being disconnected or being guarded, because guess what? Your marriage should be guarded.
Absolutely.
Your relationship should be guarded. Your relationship with your spouse should be guarded at all times. So don't try to fix that. Handle your relationship. I would say handle the relationship. Don't try to handle other people's jealousy. Handle your relationship, because that's the most important relationship that you could ever have is with your husband.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I like that, what you said, going back to the bitter, become better. Don't get bitter, become better.
Yep.
Become stronger, and that hopefully will break down that wall that they keep putting up to attack you, or that those arrows that they're shooting at you. So, and we know that then you have grown and you have actually touched them. And if they'll eventually come around. They'll either come around or go on. Go on.
They'll go on and don't want to be around you.
Don't want to be around you then.
And then genuine relationships, and God will give you discernment. Just pray into it, because genuine relationships is godly relationships. And even if they're not godly relationships, genuine relationships, God will bring you people, and start praying into it. Like, God, bring us people who will love on us and love our relationship as we love our relationships, and that we can connect with. That we can connect with. Bring like-minded hearts and minds and souls into our circle of couples. We are going on, we talk about it all the time, how we're going on vacation. And for the past 4 years, we've always gone, even though we go on vacation alone. I think last year we went alone. But a lot of times when we're going on vacation, we go with other couples. And we have a great time. We have a great time just being with like-minded hearts and souls.
That's right.
So don't try to handle their jealousy. Handle your love.
And
guard your love.
That's right.
Yes.
I was just thinking about the vacation part. And and we always invite people to go with us on vacations.
Yes.
But we just, the way where we like the vacation, they can come. If not, you can't come.
Right.
But we always invite people to our house.
Absolutely.
We like to love on other people, and we like to love on couples because we gain knowledge from other people.
From other couples, yes.
Whether iron sharpens iron. Couples sharpen couples.
That's true. Whether we've been married longer or they've been married longer, we still learn just the same thing that we learn from couples who have been married longer than us. We learn just as much from couples who have been married a shorter time than us. And we always find those golden nuggets and something that we can hang on to be like, oh, wow, they do this in their marriage. Or like, even with people, we were out with a couple not too long ago who have younger children. And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, I wish I did that when I was a parent at their age. Like, that's an opportunity that I missed. And I love seeing them be parents.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they need to bottle this up and package this and teach other young couples how to be parents.
Yep.
So you want to close this out? That's my little spill. You want to close this out in prayer?
I can.
So stay secure in your marriage.
Okay. So closing thoughts first.
Yes.
Your marriage
Mm-hmm.
is not for competition.
It is not.
It's not for competition. It's for covenant. And we
Wow.
talked about that in one of our episodes. It's
That
not
is
for
so
competition.
It is for covenant.
It's for covenant. Okay? And protect it.
Yes.
Nurture it.
At all times.
And don't let insecurity, inside or outside,
Mm-hmm.
move you. Yours or others.
Mm-hmm.
Break what God is building.
Mm-hmm.
Break what God has put as a covenant.
Right.
Don't let it do that.
Right.
Don't let it do that. So let me just go ahead and pray. Let me bow my head. So, Father, we thank you for the gift of love and marriage. Help us, God, to be secure in who you've called us to be individually and together. Heal every place of insecurity, silence every voice of comparison, and guard our union against jealousy, both within and around us. Teach us to walk in confidence, communicate in love, and stand united in purpose. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen and amen. So,
Amen.
strengthen your marriage.
Yes.
Don't let jealousy in there.
Don't let it in there. And if this session and episode has touched you, share it with other couples so that they can be blessed as well. So until next week and next time, we'll be filming from a different location because we will be in West Virginia with our West Virginia family. So join us. We'll be live at 7 p.m. We may even have some other couples with us.
Yeah, we'll have some couples on.
We'll have some couples on with us and hear from everyone. So we love you all, and we'll see you next week.
Love you. Have a good night.